So the plan is today, get the F truck in here on the 4-poster, and I want to wash. Got a hot wash here at work on the farm. Get a hot wash all underneath the chassis, the diffs, and then we've got some Rust-Oleum paint that I want to repaint all the diffs and just give the whole undercarriage a bit of a once over, get it all nice and clean, and then just give it a good coating of some black underbody protectant coat. So I'll show you the stuff that I bought, the Rust-Oleum stuff that I got from the shop. But yeah, we'll get the truck in here on the hoist, lift it up, and start get the hot wash out, start gurneying this thing, and get her all spuzzy. Righto, so we got the F truck up on the hoist. Picked up this hoist for like $7,000, big, like 12.5 ton bend pack from the auction. How good? But this stuff, Rust-Oleum undercoat, is what I'm gonna paint the underbody of the truck with. Rubberized black, corrosion and rust resistant. So it's just the diffs are just like, there's like paint coming off the diffs and everything just from factory. Like the truck's got 160,000 Ks on it now, so I just want to freshen all that up. But yeah, $7,000 for this hoist. How good? Up we go. Makes life so easy. So we'll have a look under the F truck. So, as you can see, I have a couple of oil leaks that I know about and I need to deal with. I just got to put some thread tape on that sucker. And the back, the cap in the back of the uni here is, or the yoke or whatever's leaking. I've got to fix that too. So, mechanic's going to have a look at that tomorrow for me, figure out what we need to order. But as you can see, it is a well-used F truck. It is not babied at all. She definitely, I'm definitely getting a good life out of it. But I just want to get under here and just gurney everything, clean it all up, and just make it look nice and pretty again. So it's obviously not, I'm not going to be able to get everything, but yeah, just want to just make it look a bit better than what it does at the moment. So, but go down here with a gurney. I'll go get the hot wash now and we'll get into it. Righto, now that I'm completely saturated, drowned rat, truck's looking heaps better now. Got all the grease and everything off, all that oil that had been coming out of the back of the transfer case and that, so we can get in there and find out why that's leaking, whether it's just a seal or whatnot. But looking heaps better now. Got all that red dirt from the Simpson out of all those holes and stuff on the sides. So now I'll be able to go through with that black chassis stuff and just paint all these black components, all the diff, drive shafts, front drive shaft, rear drive shaft. I'll get up in there and paint the steering box and stuff under the engine. Maybe the drag link and that as well. But it's looking much better now. I'll paint the drive shaft as well, paint it all black, paint the rear diff black. just give her a good once over. But it's good to get up in there and clean it. I can see if there's any damage or anything that I need to really look at. The only really two things that I need to do under here this week would be fix that drain bolt on the AFE transmission pan and figure out where the leak's coming from. I don't think it's from that outside seal because it was up further. So I think it might be coming out the back of the, I think there's a cap or something in the back of the yoke up in there. But we'll get onto that this week and figure all that out. But yeah, just good to give her a good clean and just take a look under here before we go on some big trips this year, which we've got planned, which should be pretty fun. Alright, we'll let her dry and we'll come back later and yeah, we'll start spraying her down. Also mentioned, guys, I've got new hats. This is the demo version that I got made. I've had it for about 3 months to see if they were any good. But the new ones look better than this, so jump over to my website. Links are in the description when the video is done. But the Rust-Oleum, this stuff here that we're using, undercoating pro grade Rust-Oleum, stops rust, rubberized black, corrosion and rust resistance, deadened sound, paintable, quick dry formula. So I'm not going to the extent of prepping everything and masking and all the rest of it. I'm just painting all the diff housing and everything that's black. I'm going to use a bit of cardboard to protect what I don't want to paint, like the shocks and stuff. But for the most part, this has already been etched by rocks and debris and all the rest of it. So I'm not even going to worry about prepping this stuff. I'm just going to spray this shit on and yeah, see how we go and just give the truck a few more years of a good coating on these components to yeah, just slow the age of time and all the rest of it. So yeah, let's get onto this stuff. Look, there's before and after. There's before on the F truck and there's after. All right, let's start painting. So I'm literally just gonna crack on with this and trucks. But that looks freaking 2,000 times better than what it did. Just a quick little geeze there of what I've just done on the diff. How much better that looks. Run around the front as well. I just taped the shocks and that up so they didn't get painted. Just did all the front diff housing. I can spin the front drive shafts to get in there and paint the rest of them, but I've ran out of paint. So to do the front diff and the front part of the chassis and these arms, I've done this bash guard here. I've done the front. It's hard to see with the light, but I've done the front part of the rear diff. I just haven't done the back yet, but you can see how peppered up it is just from rocks. The front's not too bad. It's when the rocks come down here, then they hit one thing, bounce back, hit another thing, and then they just pretty much etch the pumpkin and everything. So, but I'll get all this painted up. I just got to get some more paint. I thought the 4 cans might have got me through, but that cost me about $100 for 4 cans. So it's definitely not cheap, this stuff, but it's working really good. So those arms look heaps better. They're all painted up now. But yeah, just been putting rags around different bits and pieces here, masking a few things up, masked the shocks up and that when I was going. So when I'd have to come in and paint close to it, if you know what I mean. So just put a rag around them or something like that. But it's looking much better. Just got to go and get some bloody more of this stuff. So, but essentially, it's like, why would you even bother to paint all this stuff and get under here and do all this and wash it and everything? Well, this truck's a big investment for me, and I want to look after it the best I can. So just doing regular maintenance and everything to it, and then once in a while putting it on the hoist, giving it a gurney underneath it, and then repainting all the diff housing and everything, just to give it a freshen up, put that rubberized coating on it. Yeah, it just helps with impacts and stuff from stones. But yeah, I rate it. It's good stuff. So just didn't buy enough of it. So that's about how far I got with 4 cans. Got the front diff all done, got all the sides down here, got both side rails on the outside done. Haven't done the inside yet. But I'm guessing that if I was to do this again, I'd probably buy about 10 cans just to be sure that I had the exact right amount to get it done. But it's yeah, it's coming up good. So yeah, going to keep going, and I'll give you guys an update at the end of the week. I'll have to get some more stuff this week, and yeah, I'll show you how it all looks in the end. Rightio, so it's now Tuesday. I got 3 more cans on Monday, yesterday afternoon, so it's coming up really good. So I've gone through 6 cans in total so far to do the F-Truck chassis, and that's only really given it 1 coat. That's not going through and doing 2. I don't think it needs to. It's just going to get stone chipped back up again anyway over time, so I'll take his underneath the truck. I've got another... Apparently this stuff isn't going to be available for much longer. I think the guy at Super Cheap was saying that once they run out of this stuff nationally, that's it. They won't be able to get any more in. So I bought 3 more cans just to do some touch-ups and stuff, and some other places that I haven't quite gotten the stuff into yet, but I'll show you what it's coming up like so far. It looks pretty good. Alright, so this is all the I masked the shocks up and stuff, but this is all the back diff. It's looking pretty good. Painted all the brakes and that as well. Did all the springs, but it's looking schmick. Just got to get in some little tight areas, like just in there next to the shock. But I've done all the brakes and everything on here. I've done the traction bars as well, and then I've gone down and done the sides. This is all peppered up with stone chips. Gone through and done all the sides through here. It's pretty dark in the shed at the moment, but did all the lower arms, all the front diff housing and everything's done. Did all the front brakes and everything in there. So it's looking 100 times better than what it did before I started. So still a few more sections I want to do. I've started up there, but I ran out of paint, so I'm going to finish the cross member up in there. As you can see, that side that I've done, this side I haven't. So I'm going to do all that. But pretty happy. So I've still got to do the drive shaft. As you can see, it's still all surface rusty. But I'm going to jack the back of the truck up with the jack that's on the hoist here. I'll lift the rear end up, I'll put it in neutral, and I'll get one of the boys to spin one of the 37s while I just spray the drive shaft. And other than that, we're pretty much done. So got a few more touch-ups to do this afternoon, but I'm pretty happy on how it's all come together. Looks way better than what it did. It looked absolutely shithouse before. So, but yeah, nice fresh coat. And again, like, why would you do something like this? Well, it's like, this is a massive investment for me, this truck. So it's more than a freaking house deposit, this thing. So definitely want to protect it and just, yeah, look after it and stop any sort of surface rust that develops over time. Yeah, so that's kind of the reason why I did it. But that's the stuff I used. The Rust-Oleum, which I got it at Super Cheap. But apparently once that's gone, it's all over. Apparently Rust-Oleum's gone bust or something, the guy was saying. I don't know if that's true or not. That's what he was saying, and why they couldn't get any more stock. So if you want to do yours, get in there and grab some of the stuff. So, but yeah, it took about 6 cans. If you wanted to do 2 coats on a truck this big, you're probably going to want, yeah, at least 12 cans of it. But there is different stuff you can get for doing your chassis, where you can get like an applicator and everything and spray it. But I didn't want to go to that extent. I just wanted to give the truck a good clean underneath it, and then give the chassis and all the diffs and the suspension components and everything a nice good coat of just underbody protectant paint, which is what this stuff is. So yeah, pretty happy. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. So I'm going to do a few more touches up right now, and then yeah, get the truck off the hoist and go home. So
catch you guys in the next video. See yous.